Okay, so you have a Series LLC. You are a Texas real estate investor. You have a Series LLC, and now you think, okay, well, how do I form a series? My name is Nate Gilbert. I'm an attorney in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to form a series for your Series LLC. So you're going to need to do two things. Number one is designate a series. Now, usually in your operating agreement, it'll tell you how to designate a series. So you're going to start a designation of series through your manager or collective members, however your LLC is managed, and you're going to designate a series. Now, usually the designation of series is a mini operating agreement. So we want to think of it as kind of an operating agreement for that series. So we've got that little series that we're forming off of our parent Series LLC. We're going to form this little series of that Series LLC, and that's going to be its own little LLC. So it's going to have a little mini operating agreement. It's going to be based on the larger operating agreement for the Series LLC itself. And then we're going to look at the name. Okay, so the naming of the naming in the operating agreement for the series is going to be important. Usually we use the addresses, so the address of the LLC, of the property that's going to be in that particular series, some form of that to identify the property, the asset within that particular series. Then we're going to identify it as a series, so it'll be address LLC, the series of parent Series LLC, a Texas Series LLC. There is another video where I go over kind of how to name those series, and it's a very important factor because of certain laws in Texas about these series, and we want to make sure that we're putting on notice to the public. So we got the designation of series with the right name, and then we are going to use that name and file an assumed name under your LLC entity registration with the Texas Secretary of State. Now, this is not required. There are other things that you can do for this. There's legislation that kind of goes over it. I'm still going to require it for all my clients. Well, I say require, I'm going to strongly legally recommend, based on my knowledge in this area. I want to have every base covered for my clients, even though it's not necessarily required for legal operations, but we're going to make sure that it's done. So you go on there, you file an assumed name certificate. Okay, this is like the DBA. You're doing business as this particular name. So when you go online, you're going to file a change document with the Texas Secretary of State, and you're going to file that assumed business name. You're going to choose the county that it's in and how long it's going to be in effect. Usually it's 10 years, and then we have to renew. So we're going to make sure that those are renewed when they need to be. And then when you go on the Secretary of State website and you look up your LLC entity, you're going to have the LLC entity right up there, and you can look at the assumed names and see every series that Series LLC has. So that's how to form the series. Okay, once that's done, the series is formed, and you can start transferring property into it. We've talked about, transferring property into the LLC. Make sure that name is correct. Okay, every comma, every space, everything that's done on there needs to be done correctly. We just want to make sure that that's all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, commas are in the right place, etc. So that's how to form the series when you have that Texas Series LLC, and I hope that helped.